living at home, jobless, no direction, completely cooked. At some point, you gotta take a risk. At some point, you gotta leave your comfort zone. Your fears, your doubts, all that shit is not from God. They don't give a fuck about you. And once you realize that no one's gonna come out here and save you, and the magic genie's not gonna fly out the sky and give you everything you fucking want, you go and get it. But I wanna be unstoppable. Nothing can stop me. Yo, what's good, boys? It's Kyrie. It's currently 8:43 a.m. and today I really want to bring to you guys a video while I'm on my morning walk, just about certain things in life that you can't control, certain risks that you guys have to take. Now, I've honestly been going through a lot recently. Just to break down a few things, I lost my dog. I'm having issues with my work life. I had relationship problems with the girl that I really liked. I wasn't eating enough food as I needed to do. Just all these things that are stacking up. And I never thought that these things would be something that would have a toll on my mental, but they have, because I'm making a big decision here shortly. And that decision is to move. I plan on moving from my hometown. That's gonna take a lot of effort and energy out of me. It's gonna take a lot of trust. It's gonna take a lot of willpower. It's gonna take risk. And how do you take a risk? And how do you end up to continue doing certain things when you failed so much in life? For me, I would say that I failed at a bunch of things. One of the things that I mainly failed at was football. I told myself when I was younger that I was gonna play football. And not only play football, but go D1 playing football. And that didn't work out. It didn't work out because I chose not to do it. I spent my whole life playing ball. Since the age of 6 years old. 6 years old, I was doing that. 6. Tackle football. That's 18 minus 6. That's 12 years of work. I wasn't the one getting invited to camps. I wasn't the one who got the most opportunities out of it. But at the end of the day, I spent 12 years grinding, morning, 5 a.m. lifts, watching film, staying late after practice. Everything I tried to do for that career failed. And I learned skills from it. I developed great habits and great things like from football. But at the end of the day, it didn't work out for me. I was watching everybody else post their commitment videos on Instagram. And I was at home, living at home, jobless, no direction, completely cooked, right? And the thing is with that is, that's okay. And I've accepted that. It took a while for me to let it go because that was my identity. That's all I knew. All I knew was ball. Oh, you're gonna be a football player. You're gonna make millions in the league. And then boom, life hits you with your curveball. That's not what you're gonna do, all right? Next thing, I always loved music. With music, I thought I was gonna be a musician. I would sacrifice my summers. I wouldn't go outside, and I would spend time just recording music all the time, studying old music. I didn't know how to learn FL Studio. People around me were making songs endlessly, and I didn't understand that it was easy for them, but it was so hard for me. But I was so determined to figure it out. I did that since 8th grade. 8th grade, learning how to use auto-tune, EQ vocals, compression, reverbs, everything. I spent so many summers and nights crying because it wasn't working out. And I failed at that. I failed. But I didn't fucking quit, right? I just redirected that energy towards something else. I redirected that energy into the gym. Because the thing with things that quote unquote fail is you're gonna find a new lane, but you gotta keep trying shit. The problem is that we try one fucking thing and we think that, oh, like, this is it for me. It didn't work out, so I guess I gotta settle for this 9 to 5. I guess I gotta settle for this girl. I guess I gotta settle for this place. That's not the case. Life is about figuring out what you like. Not only what you like, but just who you really are. So for me, I knew that I liked the gym. The gym has stuck with me through everything in life. Everything. I ended up just trying out a whole bunch of shit. I tried my best to fit into the 9 to 5. I tried my best to make the music. I tried my best to be an athlete, and none of that worked out. So what did I do? I ended up being in the gym. I love to help people out. That's what I realized through self-discoveries. I love to help people out. And for me to help people out, I got to be at my best. And one of those ways is to be in the gym. And I have failed many reps in the gym. I have failed countless jobs. I have failed things that I thought I had figured out. I thought I had it figured out. Me personally, is I got so stuck on one idea. I tried to be in one lane. And when I was younger, I wish that I just tried to expand and do as many things as possible. I can show you guys journals from years ago of me writing down, I'm a YouTube creator. Buy a tripod, buy a MacBook. It's in my fucking notes. And I knew that I wanted to do that, but I put that off. At some point, you gotta take a risk. At some point, you gotta leave your comfort zone. At some point, you gotta be okay with getting a little bit uncomfortable. At some point, you're not gonna please everybody. I used to be a yes man. I'll do anything. Whatever you need. What do I need? What do I want? That's what's most important at the end of the day. I'm planning to leave my hometown, and this is where I grew up. This is where I know everybody and everything. And I've created this bubble around me of comfort, and it's preventing me from growth. So what the fuck do I do? Do I give in to pleasing everybody else and ignoring how I feel? No, I won't do that. It's gonna take me manning up a little bit, letting go of some of the stuff that I'm used to, and stepping out of my comfort zone. Who cares? Who fucking cares? Don't be afraid to take risk. A lot of you guys weigh the pros and the cons of risk, but the worst position I would want to be in is what if? What if I didn't take this risk? What if I didn't try to do that? The what if question is the worst question you could possibly ask yourself, because a lot of you guys have a lot of untapped potential, a lot, and you're not willing to tap into that because you don't want to take a risk. You don't want to change environments. You don't want to change your attitude. You don't want to change your diet. You don't want to change your physique. You don't want to change your ways. You don't want to stop those vices. You don't want to stop none of that. And you wonder why you've hit a peak of growth. The problem is you. The problem is you. And you got to be okay with taking that risk. And if it doesn't work out and it failed, cool. You move on to the next thing. I just find it so annoying that we constantly sit in this bubble of what we know. You get told to go to school. You get told what lane you're in. You get told how to dress. You get told how to talk. But none of you guys want to think for yourself. It's okay to think for yourself. It's okay to expand your knowledge and expand your wisdom and try new things. And it's okay to fail. You should look towards failure. You should look towards how many times a day you're fucking wrong. You should look for it. Because at some point, something's going to click. And it's going to make sense. And it's going to be right for you. But if you don't, and you run away from failure, it's like in the gym. If you run away from failure reps, how do you know how much you can really lift? How do you know? You never pushed it there. You never took it to that place. You never took it to those limits. You never took it there. And you expect to be exceptional. There's so many people who aren't willing to go backwards for a second, to propel and jump forward 10 steps ahead. You can make a big leap. You can make a bunch of small leaps in the way, but At the same time, I'm trying to make a giant leap, right? I'm trying to take that next big step. And for me right now, that's leaving my hometown, because I've noticed I became complacent, comfortable, lazy, distracted, holding on to old versions of myself, holding on to comfort, man. I don't want to hold on to that shit. I want to be the best that I could be. In order to do that, I got to be okay with getting uncomfortable, and you wonder why everything else is remaining the same for you. It's okay. But I know a lot of you guys want to be great. You feel the potential inside of you, but you won't take a risk because it's a little bit risky. Everything's a little bit risky. It's risky to stay in your hometown and stay complacent and never reach the highest version of yourself. It's risky to leave your hometown and become the best person you could possibly be. They're both a risk, but which one's gonna help you the most? Me personally, I've been stuck in my head because it's, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave my family. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave my friends. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna leave my home, my safety net. What am I gonna do when I'm on my own? Figure it out. Become the best that I could possibly be. Push myself. Not let myself settle. If you feel that tug in here, do it. Don't think about it. Just go. It's like when you learn to play football and you're doing the Oklahoma drill and you're ready to tackle somebody, and the coach says, oh, you see the next person in line, you're standing in the line waiting, and you see the big dude that you got to tackle. You don't think when you do that, the people who think it ran the fuck over. The people who win or put up a fight, go all in. Go all in. Stop holding back and just go all in. There's pros and cons to everything. Your fears, your doubts, all that shit is not from God. Number one, that is not from God. God wants you to take risks. He wants you to take chances. He wants you to trust him. He wants you to step into your calling, but you're limiting yourself by staying in that fucking miserable place. And once you get to the point where you'll do whatever it takes to get what you want, that's the most unstoppable version of you. Like, you don't care what it takes. For me, it took a lot of summers. It took me losing friends and losing relationships and people that I loved, and jobs treating me like I wasn't worth shit. It took that for me. And it opened up my eyes that if I let other people set my standards for me, I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna fucking win. And you kill self-doubt and you gain confidence through showing up and repetition. If you do that, you're gonna win at some point. It might not be today, it might not be next month, it might not be next year. But if you never quit, at some point, you'll win. You'll win. And if you try something and you fucking fail, well, at some point, you'll move on to the next thing. It's just the way life goes. And some of you guys hold on to shit. Like for me, I had a girl that I was with for 5 years, and I thought it was the most perfect thing in my life. I didn't want to let go of that. I didn't. I was in love, guys, okay? And when I was in love, you start to ignore everything, right? So I knew I was in love with putting in work, working hard, helping out others, but I was doing it in the wrong ways. I was doing it through football and music and working jobs that didn't give a fuck about me. They didn't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about you. And once you realize that no one's gonna come out here and save you, and the magic genie's not gonna fly out the sky and give you everything you fucking want, you go and get it. You go and get it. The point where you don't care how long it's gonna take you to get there, that's really when you unlock your best powers. Once I started this YouTube channel, I told myself, I don't care how long it takes me to achieve and help out other people, I will keep making videos. Guys, my tripod broke. I had to go get a new tripod. I was having problems uploading these videos on my camera. I had to go on my iPhone, right? Some of the environments I was in, I had people looking at me and like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I don't give a fuck. I would do whatever it takes. Whatever it fucking takes. And if anyone got a problem with that, I don't give a fuck. I never gave a fuck. Okay? There's a lot of built up anger and drive in me. But this comes from wanting to be unstoppable. Unfucking stoppable. Not only do I want to be obsessed, but I want to be unstoppable. Nothing can stop me. I was on the treadmill a few weeks ago, and I'm running, and I'm telling myself, I'm a committed millionaire. I do what's required. Money flows to me effortlessly. I'll continue to work harder than I did yesterday. I'll continue to be my best self. All that shit. And the thing is affirmations don't mean shit if you don't take action. Affirmations is just saying shit. I could say whatever the fuck I want. Imagine if I was mute. Imagine if I couldn't speak. Who am I at that point? Affirmations continue to align your brain with who you want to be. But if you don't show up, if you half-ass shit, if you think shit's gonna be handed out to you, you're gonna fail. You'll never reach it. The people who reach the place that they want to be, they never gave up. I used to fall into that. I used to try, and I would give up so quick. Now, if something's not working out, you just got to switch your lane. And that's okay. It's okay to switch lanes, but it's never okay to give up. A lot, especially as a fucking man. Grown-ass man giving up. How you a grown-ass man and you giving up on life? Because some shit just didn't go your way this year. Some shit didn't go your way last year. I lost my dog. I lost my girl. I'm about to leave my family. And I'm still going. I want it that bad. Nobody gonna stop me.